Hi there guys, Sam here. You join once again in the Golf R for another quick video. Just to go over a little bit around economy. The car's 2.5 years old now, so I've had a good kind of idea of where the economy's been at sort of over my kind of ownership period, and just to kind of let you know a little bit around that. But yeah, I'll get straight into the video. So yeah, in the Golf R, so on about sort of 21,630 odd miles. So racking up more and more miles now in the car. Really enjoying it. I think obviously the more you drive it, the more the engine sort of gets warmed up, the better economy you can kind of get out of it. But I'll go on to like the economy in a second. But yeah, as for the car, it's just been great. It's been great to drive. It's been really enjoyable. I've been doing a lot more miles over recent months. Kind of like about 1,000 miles a month. Any kind of incidents, I suppose. I did have an unfortunate sort of like door knock on the left hand side of the car, and it was really disappointing when I saw it. It was just at my new work, and I could see it was from the car that was parked next to me because it was white paint. It was just some Peugeot. I've got some pictures of it anyway, and I was sort of like, damn, that's going to leave a mark. There's no sort of dent, but it was quite, noticeably marked. Fortunately though, my other half actually about a week later just basically like turtle waxed it off and just sort of gently got it off with like a clean cloth and everything, and checked it now. It looks absolutely perfect. So top work in some ways. That it wasn't as hard a hit as I thought, and the car's sort of shaking it off. So the Golf R lives to fight another day, which is really good. Other than that, it's just been great. It's been really comfortable, really enjoyable. And still really fun at the same time. I've had probably the best moments in this car, particularly as the ownership's kind of been going on and on. I think the longer you have the car, the more you kind of appreciate bits of it, and the more the car kind of adapts to the way you kind of drive and things like that. As for economy, I'm not going to go on too long about it, as I have done an economy video quite early on in my ownership. If you're not familiar with my channel, plenty of videos on my Golf R. Please feel free to check them out. And but just for the current latest of it all, it's actually being ridiculous. Basically, currently it's saying I'll do about 470 miles on a tank, which is really, really good just for commuting purposes. It's certainly better on my wallet. I think the car prefers it on longer journeys as well. It's just that kind of car, I think. It prefers it compared to the short journeys I was doing, and I was sort of getting about 150 miles less than that. So I'm actually gaining miles, which is really, really great. And actually, on yesterday's trip, I was coming back, it was stuck in bits on the M25. It was like 60, 50, just sort of cruising, eco, 6 gear, listening to music, aircon on, all that kind of stuff. And I sort of, just as I was pulling off, I checked it and I was like, wow. And it was like 46.6 miles per gallon. And I was just thinking, it's certainly top of its class for what it is. A 4-wheel drive, 1.5 ton, 300 brake horsepower hot hatch, I think is absolutely ridiculous, and it just makes it so easy on that sort of daily ability to be a car, and it's top work on the car. And I think on average I'm kind of getting around sort of 39 miles per gallon average on a tank. 38, 39, just varies really. And it's not like I'm just driving as I would normally drive. I'm not trying to be sensitive on it. This is just how I drive. And in fact, I'm actually I'm not fortunate to have the best of commutes on sort of like the M1 and M25, M4, and the North Circular in London. If you're familiar, it's awful. But actually having the car kind of an eco, all quieted down, I have it on sort of like, and I'll show you screen grab of it. It's like, because the car's all quite blue anyway, the blue dials, but it's got sort of like a blue sort of like economy rating thing, and it has your miles per gallon, it has how you're driving, all that kind of stuff. And I like having that on while listening to music, because it just kind of calms you down. I just sort of zone out a bit and just relax into it, and it's good that it can have that. And then when I have sort of like my weekend fun drives, or just on a weekend, I put everything back in race or my individual setting, makes a bit more noise. I put the performance gauge on, and it then just switches, and it's brilliant. And I can't fault it. And honestly, I never want to get rid of this car. I really just want to have it forever, right up to the point when they probably decide to ban petrol cars, which they unfortunately will eventually do. Not long for this world. It's probably got about 10 years left before I think things change, particularly around Europe. So enjoy it while you can. And it's just been brilliant. And as for economy, it's been great, as I'm kind of showing you. I'll show you a few screenshots of what it's like and kind of proof in some ways. But yeah, to be getting sort of around 450 to nearly 500 miles on a tank is really, really good. You know, I was just surprised of my week commute. I'd sort of look at my, you know, I'd brim it on the Sunday, and then it comes to the Friday, and I'd be like, oh, you know, it's normally about a tank of fuel, and it's actually about 3/4. You know, it's just sort of under half a tank, and I'm like, that's pretty good, and it just helps. You know, I'm trying to save for my life and my future, so all those things kind of help, and it's nice to be in a really, really nice car when you're doing bigger miles, and it really makes me appreciate it more. And if anyone wants to get one, they should, because it's brilliant. Mark 7 or 7.5. Yeah, so that's just that on economy. I don't want to go on too long about it because it's pretty straightforward. I've had the car for quite a long time. You know, I've done over 20,000 miles in it. I know it pretty well inside and out. The one thing I would actually like to ask my viewers, subscribers, whoever, what's your kind of favourite colour of your Golf R? I know it's kind of a little bit separate from economy, but I was thinking about this because I saw a silver 3-door manual, and I was thinking that's really sort of unique. And I did think about silver before when I was getting this car, and I think it's something quite cool and unique. Anyway, I'll put a 5 of what I think, and then you've got the turmeric yellow, which is quite cool. It's quite out there. I personally think the subtle side works better, but I still really, really do like that car. When I see him, it's like really, really cool and stands out, particularly like the black Pretorias. But yeah, let me know. I'll put 5 up there somewhere. Choose your best colour, and it'll be interesting to know what you kind of go for. That's for the Mark 7 or the 7.5 Golf R, so interested to know your thoughts on that. Yeah, and that's really it for the video. You know, economy, big thumbs up. It's a great car, it's a great ride, it's easily commutable, and it's loads and loads of fun. So yeah, if you're not familiar with my channel, please check out other videos that I've got on there. Give it a like if you've enjoyed this content, and you know, thanks so much for watching, your support, your views, your likes, your comments as well. Comment about, you know, your experiences sort of fuel wise, economy wise. It is interesting, and your favourite colour on your Golf R. I would be interested. I do my best to reply to all of your comments. You know, it's not the biggest channel in the world, so I've got time and I will check through, and I do like interacting with kind of my subscribers and my viewers. But yeah, if you want to watch my latest video, it'll be up there. If you want to watch a video that I think would be quite interested, I'll put it over there. And if you want to subscribe, somewhere around here, and I'd really appreciate your comments on the video as well. But thanks very much for watching. Great rest of your weekend, great rest of your day, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers, guys.